Hello, and welcome to Let's Talk Spoop. I'm your host, Don, and today we're going to talk about Escape Room, which I know is not like my normal thing of like low budget or whatever. And every once in a while I'll do something that's like high budget, well known, and this is kind of somewhere in the middle. But this was requested by Jeremiah because apparently he's already done a review on this and he wanted to know my thoughts. And because I'm trying to keep on his good side, so he'll come back and do Asylum with me. I figured I would do it. So we're going to talk about Escape Room. So, as per usual on Let's Talk Spoop, we break things down into 6 separate categories. Those 6 separate categories are story, acting, music, atmosphere, look, and finally creep. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the Escape Room. So, this movie is not terribly original, but it's not bad. So it's about a group of sole survivors that try to survive a murderous escape room. So we find out through the course of the movie that these characters all were involved in some horrific event, and they were the only people to survive them. The military lady was in an IED explosion. She was the only one that made it. The female lead, Zoe, was in a plane crash, and she was the only survivor, etc., etc. And this escape room that they have been brought to is built around whatever horrid circumstance happened to them, and they're reliving like psychological trauma while at the same time trying to stay alive. So overall, not terrible. They also drop a Chekhov's gun early on that does come back to. It's more of a esoteric concept that is a Chekhov's gun that they use, which I appreciated. So I gave this a 3 out of 5 for story. Acting, I give this a 4 out of 5. I really bought into these characters. They all did a phenomenal job. Um, None of them seem to be phoning it in. They all seem to be, reliving and re-experiencing their traumas while at the same time trying to stay alive and very believable um, actions. So I thought the acting was really good. I gave it a 4 out of 5. Music, nothing really special. 2.5 out of 5 for music. Atmosphere, I also gave this a 4 out of 5 because I was engaged. I was hooked. I wanted to see what happened to these characters. I wanted to see who survived because I was fairly certain who was going to survive, given that there's a sequel and Zoe's in the sequel. But I wanted to see if anybody else survived. What happened to these people? I wanted to know their backstories. I want to know how they ended up in this situation. Unfortunately, we don't get all of their backstories, but we get most of them. So I really enjoyed it. 4 out of 5. Look, 5 out of 5. The traps or the escape rooms, whatever you want to call them, they were believable. They were well done. You really thought that I really got the feeling these people were in danger. So I gave it a 5 out of 5 for look because that's what we were going for. And then finally for creep, this movie's not scary. It is an escape room. It's torture porn, Saw light, as Jeremiah puts it, which is an accurate statement. It's Saw but less gory. But it's not scary. It's not creepy. It didn't keep me up at night. I didn't cringe watching people have things happen to them as you do when you see like Saw or anything by Eli Roth. So for creepiness, I give it a 1 out of 5 for creepiness. We tally up those scores, and that gives us a final score of a 3.2 out of 5 skulls for Escape Room, which I watched on Hulu.